Peace, peace. Gratitude and highest heart love. It's time for reading of How to Keep Your Heart Healthy and Fit by Paul C. Bragg and Patricia Bragg. I'm your moderator and narrator, Uriel NEVEU Realm Riley. So let's do it. Let's go back in. We're going to page 78, new location. Compared with meats, fish is a rural and excellent low fat protein. I always try to get freshly caught fish because it's the best taste and for health. Poultry, chicken, and turkey are excellent sources of animal proteins and are also in low fat and low cholesterol content, provided lean poultry is used. Guinea, hen, and squab are also comparatively low in fat content, but duck and goose are way too high in fat content. Peace, peace. Thank you guys. Yes, we are reading from How to Keep Your Heart Healthy and Fit. Thank you so much. Skins should be discarded and also giblets, for they are high in fat content. Milk and its milk products should be forgotten on low fat diet. We use no milk products and have not for years. We do not eat yogurt because this also contains fat, unless it is specially made from non fat milk. Cheeses are very high in butterfat content, and we advise limiting an amount of natural cheese eaten, or better still, not to eat cheese. We do not eat cheese or even cottage cheese. For now, they use strong chemicals to process it, so it is no longer a natural product. Yes. Carbohydrates, starches, and sugars. Starches and sugars come under a single classification in diet. Carbohydrates, which provide the principal source of food energy in diet, carbohydrates, carbohydrates are needed as fuel for muscular work and physical activity. Excess sugars and starches that are not utilized as energy are charged by the body chemistry into fat and stored in least active parts of the body. Carbohydrates originate in plants as simple sugars formed by photosynthesis, then are formed into clusters as starches, consumed by humans, and once more broken down by the body chemistry into the simple sugar, glucose, for by the starches and by the cells of the body. It is important that you eat only natural starches and sugars and avoid those which have been depleted of vital elements, refined white flour, sugar, etc. Natural starches and sugars are found in all fresh fruits, that's right, and vegetables, raw sugar, not refined white sugar, honey, maple syrup, sorghum, and molasses, whole grains, wheat, oats, rye, etc., and whole grain flour, dried beans and peas, whole brown rice, potatoes, all natural foods. In fact, contain some carbohydrates. That's correct. How to choose fat. Fat is also a source of energy in the diet. In fact, it has more than twice the energy value of the same amount of carbohydrates or protein. As already pointed out in this heart fitness program, a certain amount of fat is necessary, and so is a certain amount of cholesterol. But let me remind you that your fat intake should be a preponderance of unsaturated fats, and that the amount of saturated fats in meats, eggs, poultry, and dairy products should be kept to a minimum. Peace, peace, gratitude, highest heart love. We're reading from How to Keep Your Heart Healthy and Fit by Paul C. Bragg and Patricia Bragg. Fat is also a source of energy in the diet. In fact, it also has more than twice the energy value of the same amount of carbohydrates or protein, as already pointed out in this heart fitness program. A certain amount of fat is necessary, and so is a certain amount of cholesterol. But let me remind you that your fat intake should be a preponderance of the unsaturated fats, and that the amount of saturated fats in meats, eggs, poultry, and dairy products should be kept to a minimum. It is the saturated fats which overload our body with cholesterol. Cholesterol is a fatty substance produced daily by the liver for normal use in the body. But when we overload our bloodstream with cholesterol in our diet, it forms a waxy deposit on the walls of arteries and blocks the flow of blood, as discussed earlier in this book. The function of fat in the body. Our nerves, muscles, and organs must be cushioned by normal amount of fat. If we did not have certain amount of fat in our gluteus maximus, our buttocks, for example, we would never be able to sit down because we would have to sit directly on our muscles and bones. Those who wish to reduce should reduce the fat content of their diet, and those who wish to gain should increase it. But even if you are on a reducing diet, there should always be some fat in the menu because it plays an important part in the chemistry of our body. Stored in the body, fat provides a source of heat and energy, and the accumulation of a certain amount of fat around the vital organs, such as the kidneys, ro- um, gives great protection against cold and injury. These highs hard love. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Love y'all support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fats have Fats have another all important function. They carry fat soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K in the body. So, a certain amount of fat in the diet is essential to have a healthily functioning body. It is the kind of fat that is all important. Unsaturated, yes. Saturated, no. The commercial crime against peanut butter is a fine food. It is rich in vitamin B complex, the food for the nerves. It has been called the Cinderella of nutrition because it is one of the cheapest forms of high nutritional food you can get. In the good old days, before commercialism dominated our staple foods, the old fashioned kind of peanut butter was simply ground up peanuts with its own natural oil on top. This peanut butter was natural, as peanut oil had, that has not been um, doctored or hydrogenated is an unsaturated fat. And I want to speak just briefly on this. These unsaturated fats means it's easier to digest in our long digestive tract. Animals that eat things in nature that are flesh bound, they have a short digestional tract. Okay? So that's why it's important to key in on unsaturated fats, the digestion of the nutrients and enzymes. Thank you. But on the shelves of warm supermarkets and grocery stores, this natural peanut butter would take in oxygen and become rancid. This hurt the manufacturers of peanut butter where it hurt the most, and that was in the pocketbooks. So the worst happened. They took this wonderful, nutritious food and added saturated, hydrogenated, hard fat, and even salt, which acts as a preservative. Then they ran extensive statements that this peanut butter is always fresh. Of course, it is fresh, but it is kept fresh by the artificial process of hydrogenation. The producers of this peanut butter tell people it is easy to use and keeps longer, and that pleases the modern, unthinking housewife who is easily brainwashed by the commercials. Be sure to read labels. When you see the words hydrogenated fat, beware. You would never find the consuming, you would never find me consuming such products. Safflower only highly recommend. Nature has provided us with a wonderful unsaturated oil which can be used in preparing mayonnaise and salad dressings and for all cooking purposes. This oil was used by people in days gone by, but like many other wonderful foods, it was discarded with the progress of civilization. Now, thanks to nutritional science, it is once more coming back into its own. The finest of all oils for human consumption are pure vegetable oils, and safflower oil is one of the best. It is 72 it is 72% polyunsaturated and contains about 94% unsaturated fatty acids. No other oil attains these high percentages. Cold pressed corn oil is 55% polyunsaturated and contains about 78 unsaturated fatty acids. Cold pressed soybean oil is 52% polyunsaturated and contains about 70% unsaturated fatty acids, with sesame seed oil and peanut oil running next. Safflower oil also contains another important fatty acid, the nolaric acid, which is absolutely essential to the life itself. Safflower oil contains about 72% of this precious acid themselves. Therefore, safflower oil is my choice as the best oil to use in salads, cooking, and baking. Note The animal fat highest in unsaturated fatty acids is natural lard, and this contains only 5% to 11%. Most of the lard found in the supermarkets has been hydrogenated so that it will not become rancid, thus reducing the unsaturated fatty acid content to even lower percentage. Therefore, I do not recommend the use of commercial lard. And we'll pause right here. Continue back, page 82 of how to keep your heart healthy and fit. I'm Uriel, NEVEU Riley, your moderator and highest heart love to all of you reading with us. Thank you so much. And thank you for your appreciation. Thank you for your support. I'm always going to give you the best. So that's why I started doing live, right? It's like, who else out there is reading love and health to you? You can always count on me. Peace, peace. Thank you so much. Thank you. Highest heart love. Peace. Oh, thank you. Wow. From Europe. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. How to Keep Your Heart Healthy and Fit by Paul C. Bragg and Patricia Bragg. Gratitude for reading with us. Thank you so much. Peace.